Hey everyone, welcome back to the Turing Test Podcast. I'm Jamie, and today we're diving into a pretty controversial topic, AI and the manipulation of human behavior. Joining me is Rachel, who always has some strong opinions. How's it going, Rachel?
Hey, Jamie, I'm good, ready to get into it. This topic is super important right now. I mean, with everything going on, it's hard not to be concerned about how AI is, messing with our heads.
Absolutely. So let's start with the basics. AI manipulation. What are we talking about here? It's not just about algorithms recommending what movie to watch next, right?
Right. It's way more than that. We're talking about AI systems that can actually influence our decisions, our beliefs, even our actions. And it's not just theoretical anymore. This stuff is happening. Those deepfake videos, they can make anyone say anything. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's not just videos. Text, audio, images. AI can generate all of it. And when you combine these, you get something really powerful. It's like a perfect storm of manipulation.
Exactly. And it's not just about spreading fake news or whatever. Think about AI controlling robots. That's a whole new level of risk. Imagine a robot being manipulated to harm someone. It's not just science fiction anymore.
Hold on, Rachel. Are you saying we should just ban AI? I mean, isn't that a bit extreme?
I'm not saying ban it, but we need to be really careful, super careful. We can't just let this technology loose without any safeguards. It's like giving a toddler a loaded gun.
Okay, that's a bit dramatic, but I get your point. But don't you think there's a flip side? AI can also be used for good, like positive manipulation, encouraging people to make healthier choices, for example.
Sure, but who decides what's positive? That's a slippery slope. Today it's healthy eating, tomorrow it's political opinions, and let's be real, companies and governments have their own agendas.
Fair point. But isn't it also on us to be more skeptical? We shouldn't just believe everything we see or read, especially if it's from an AI.
Oh, sure, because everyone has the time and energy to fact-check everything. Come on, Jamie. People are busy, they trust what they see, especially if it looks legit.
Yeah, you're right. It's a tough situation. But let's talk solutions. How do we cope with this? How do we protect ourselves from AI manipulation?
Well, first off, awareness is key. People need to know that this is happening. And then there are practical steps, like don't get emotionally sucked in. Realize it's just a machine, not a person.
Yeah, and maybe break free from the dialogue if it gets too manipulative. Just walk away. Easier said than done, though.
Definitely. And if it gets really bad, seek help. Mental health professionals can offer support. And we should also report manipulative AI when we encounter it. Companies need to know this is unacceptable.
By the way, before we continue, just a quick shout out to Augmented AI, the producer of the Turing Test Podcast. Augmented AI hosts a variety of cutting-edge courses in generative AI, large language models, edge AI, robotics, and computer vision. You can get a free generative AI course at bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast or go to www.augmentedstartups.com.
Thanks for that, Jamie. Now, back to the topic. What about kids? They're even more vulnerable to this kind of manipulation. How do we protect them?
That's a tough one. I think it starts with education. Kids need to learn about AI and its potential risks from a young age, and parents need to be vigilant. Monitor what your kids are consuming online.
Yeah, but it's not just about monitoring. We need better regulations. Companies shouldn't be allowed to target kids with manipulative AI. It's just wrong.
Agreed. But regulations take time. In the meantime, we need to be proactive. Teach kids critical thinking skills. Encourage them to question what they see and hear.
And let's not forget about the role of tech companies. They need to be held accountable. They can't just wash their hands of this and say, oh, it's the user's responsibility.
True. But how do we enforce that? Governments are often slow to act, and tech companies have a lot of power.
It's a challenge, no doubt, but public pressure can make a difference. If enough people demand change, companies will have to listen. Look at how social media platforms have had to address misinformation.
Yeah, but it's still a cat and mouse game. For every measure they put in place, there's a new way to bypass it. It's never ending.
So what? We just give up? No, we keep pushing. We keep demanding better. It's our future at stake here.
I'm not saying give up. I'm just saying it's complicated. But you're right. We can't just sit back and do nothing. We need to stay informed, stay vigilant, and keep pushing for change.
Exactly. And let's not forget the potential for AI to do good. We just need to make sure it's used responsibly. It's a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
Yeah, and maybe we need to rethink how we interact with AI, like not just blindly trusting it, but using it as a tool to augment our own abilities, not replace them.
Totally. And we need to keep the human element in the loop. AI should assist us, not control us. We need to maintain that balance.
So what do you think about the future? Are you optimistic or pessimistic about AI and its impact on human behavior?
Honestly, I'm cautiously optimistic. I think we have the potential to harness AI for good, but we need to be really careful. We can't afford to be complacent.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's a double-edged sword. But with the right safeguards and a healthy dose of skepticism, I think we can navigate this.
Wow, Jamie, we actually agree on something. Mark this day in history.
Don't get used to it, but seriously, this is an important conversation, and I'm glad we're having it.
Me too. And for our listeners, stay informed, stay skeptical, and don't be afraid to question what you see and hear. It's your best defense against AI manipulation.
Absolutely. And remember, we're all in this together. Let's keep the conversation going and work towards a future where AI is used responsibly.
And lastly, don't forget to check out Augmented AI University to upgrade your skills and become an AI expert fast. Go to bit.ly/Turing Test Podcast to enroll in your free cutting-edge AI course at augmentedstartups.com. See you next time.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Stay safe, stay skeptical, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the Turing Test Podcast.